Okay, so just injury-wise, Taris has been in practice the last 4 days, so he's made great progress. He's going to fall into the game time decision. We just want to kind of see how he's feeling after 4 straight days of being in it. But he looks good. He looks real good, so we're excited about that. Braylon's obviously going to, we won't, there's nothing to really talk about there. And then Furphy sprained the ankle on 2 days ago in a warm-up drill, just a kind of a freak thing, so he's going to be down with an ankle for, I haven't gotten a timeline yet, so probably get more tomorrow.
So what would you consider success tomorrow?
Just going out and playing the way we practiced, the way that we've been preparing since June. Just to go out there and play with, force, physicality without fouling. The defense, the rebounding, offensive execution, shot selection, ball security, everyone giving you something. The running game, the transition defense. But an assertiveness, really an assertiveness when we've been working really hard since June, and so for us this isn't an opening night mentality. We've played a couple of games already, and we've been at it for a while.
Dan, now that you've spent all those months working with Silas, what's your expectation, having gotten to know him?
Yeah.
For just how he'll run this offense, how he'll contribute over the next?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I thought just getting one under his belt, so getting back healthy enough that he could get one of those games in is going to be beneficial to him. It's a different level of cardio, gets challenged on game night. Then doesn't matter how hard you practice. That first game is like, he was gassed and winded, so I think he'll be in better shape. He's got to really be a tone setter on us defensively, and then offensively, it's a great system for him to play in. He's got to look to go and get his own offense, but then then also orchestrate the things that we're running, because he's got a lot of weapons out there with him.
How does Jaden keep up his get more consistent with his play, continue what he did the other night throughout the year?
He's getting tons of support. I think his teammates all believe in him to the max. The coaches believe in him to the max. The way he played against Michigan State, I think it was probably the best that he's played against a high major team. So he's physically stronger. The guy, he's been shooting the cover off the ball in practice. He's been guarding. He's been guarding like a wild man. And he just looks like a guy who's he's ready to go. He's ready to put it all together.
Yeah, and obviously Michigan State was a tough test for Eric, and I imagine he's going to get a good amount of minutes, whether Terrace plays or not. But
yeah,
evaluate what he did.
Yeah, that game coupled with Terrace coming back to practice are the best things that could happen for Eric. Just playing against that level physicality. Not just the Michigan State, but Boston College. It's some big front court players, guys that were veteran players, guys we played against in the Big East, like the kid from Butler. So, and then the practice against Terrace, both for him and Dwayne, to play against somebody of Terrace's size, athleticism, plus the Michigan State. I think it gives these guys, a chance tomorrow to be ready for, to be able to be ready to play against good front court players.
Dan, what would you tell your players at Wagner when you went into a game like this, against a big national power? What would your message be to them when you were in those situations?
Oh my God, I can't even think about what I would say. That was so long ago. I don't know. I think you just, as a coach, you're just so wrapped up in doing the things that you do offensively, defensively, trying to just make sure players are confident. Obviously, you talk about, like for any team, the opportunity, you can't take for granted, the opportunity you have, in basketball when you lace them up or when you coach or play. It's like, you've got an opportunity to go out and perform at a high level.
What do you think of UNH making the jump up and having another D1 team here in the state? And
yeah.
I don't know if you know Ted at all. Have you gotten to know Ted at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Through the Seth Greenberg dinner. It's it's obviously it's great for the state, especially with losing Hartford. and to have another team that's competing Division I opportunity, another team that potentially is going to have a chance to to play in the NCAA tournament and bring excitement to the states. I think it's great. I think watching them play on offense, you could see. They run a lot of good stuff, and they've got a little bit of like the beeline influence with the way they play. I think that we kind of play offense in a similar way. So develop an appreciation for what they're building now, but also just kind of the way they play basketball and offense. Especially, you have a lot of we may steal a couple things from these guys after the game.
How much of a different element does Terrace bring to the offense as opposed to what we've seen in the exhibitions, just being able to throw it down there?
Yeah, I mean, when we get 2-3 point happy, or when we start, playing a little bit too finesse, I mean, Terrace is, the ball's going to go inside every other possession, or every third possession. So, Terrace is going to be featured the way we featured Adama. But we also want to feature Eric, and we also, we want to, we believe in Eric's offense is going to really come around, especially with what he's been through in the preseason challenges and the guys he practices against every day, and Dwayne as well. Just excited to see us guard without fouling as much.
Dan, do you see a lot of Tristan and Silas, or is that just that they're similar builds? Are they similar players as well?
I mean, I would love to say that. There was an adjustment for Tristan. It was not, year one was not a joyride. It was, obviously, Tristan's abilities that made him unique were he was a two-way player, and with his size at point guard, he, allowed us to switch a lot of things and not get hurt. He allowed just another bigger primary handler, just shrunk the court for our opponents. So he's got that type of aspect to him. He's tall to make the reads in our offense. He's just, there's going to be a learning curve. It probably helps a lot more that he played in the SEC, and T-New played. It just didn't quite play at a conference at that level. Although the AAC is a really good league, so we hope it works out the same.
Just in general, how important is it for a team to hit the ground running game one and go out there and execute what you've been drilling into their heads since day one of practice? Yeah,
I think there's things you want to see that you feel like you've needed to improve on, but you also know that it's early in the year and that you're going to improve a lot during the course of the year. Teams where we are right now is not where we're going to be. Especially dealing with some of the health things. So. I think what you're looking for right now is those baseline things that you should be really, really good at, and to just see the improvement.
Coach, the exhibition games, we talked to Alex after the exhibition games, and he said he didn't have to switch his mindset because he looked at those exhibition games as real games. Was that something that you drilled into them early on? Yeah, I
mean, this is game 3 for us. Obviously, we don't, the other ones are not on our record, but the mindset, the preparation, playing in front of crowds, playing in front of, in the XL Center with 15,000, playing at Mohegan in front of a big crowd versus high major teams, and then we could always fall back on our training too, how hard we practice. So, with guys like Solo and Alex, I think these guys are like pretty veteran players, guys that played in the Final Four. Jalen Stewart, Jaden Ross, these guys are Malachi Smith. These guys are older players. The two of the freshmen that would probably be, rotation players or potential starters are going to be out for a while. So, we're taking the court with a veteran team.
So ultimately, were these two exhibitions more valuable to you than maybe the closed doors used to be?
Yeah, we would never. I mean, we're obviously going to go back to Michigan State next year and honor year 2 of that exhibition, and then we'll be going to either, get a high level exhibition opponent for XL or Gamble, or Mohegan, based on how that whole thing works out. But it was nice to get a home exhibition in, so you're just in your arena for a game. Sharp, quick answers. All right.